In this video, I will explain you guys about the various types of instructions. What is a type of instruction and what are the different types of instructions? Now let us understand. When you take any processor, you know that there will be machine language instructions. When you look at each and every instruction, when it is executed, a certain kind of operation is going to get performed, right? Here, based on these operations, based on the kinds of operations that are going to be performed by each of these instructions, these can be classified into different types. Here we do have three types. In any system, based on the kinds of operations that are being performed by executing each and every instruction, the instructions can be divided primarily into three different types. What are those? First one is data transfer instructions. Second one is data manipulation instructions. And the third one is program control instructions. Let us understand what each and every criteria is all about. When it comes to the data transfer instructions, when one of these instructions gets executed, the data will just get transferred from one location to another location. These will be used only to transfer the data from one location to another location in the computer system, either from register to register, or from register to the main memory, or from main memory to the main memory, or from main memory to the processor's register. The data will get transferred from one location to another location. When it comes to the data manipulation instructions, when one of these instructions gets executed, then the data will get manipulated. The data will get changed. The data transfer instruction does not affect the data at all. The data as it is will get transferred from one location to another location. But when one of the data manipulation instruction gets executed, data will get manipulated. These data manipulation instructions, when they execute, are going to manipulate the data. For an example, addition. Addition is going to manipulate the data, right? The contents before the addition and after the addition of a register may not be the same. Especially when it comes to the destination register holds the output of the addition. The output of the addition will be different from the inputs of those two operands that are performed in that particular operation, that took part in that particular operation. So when data manipulation instructions gets executed, the data will get manipulated. And third one is program control instructions. What are the program control instructions? And in the previous videos, we have seen that, yeah, you can see that the programs will get executed. When the program gets executed, one by one, the instructions will be fetched by the CPU and get executed, right? Now, when the program control instructions gets executed, these are going to change the sequence of the instructions. That is, let us say there is a branch instruction. Here, I do have a branch instruction. When the branch instruction gets executed, the next instruction will not be executed. Branch instruction is going to completely alter the sequence of the current program. That is, rather than executing the current sequence, the program will get altered to another sequence. Okay, one more set of instructions will get executed, such as branch instructions. Every time when you execute a branch instruction, rather than getting the next instruction, rather than sticking to the current sequence of instructions, the sequence will get altered to another sequence. That is, from one location to another location, the program sequence will get altered. These are called, what do we call? The control instructions. program control instructions. Okay. Now, let us see the example of, let us have a look at the examples of all these instructions. When it comes to the data transfer instructions, there could be load. Load makes a transfers from processor's register to accumulator. And load is also called as a memory read because we are reading by the load, by executing a load instruction, we are getting something from the main memory. So that can be considered as memory read. Store meaning from the processor's register to the memory we are writing. So this is called memory write. Move from one register to another register, the contents will be moved. Exchange, the contents of two registers will be exchanged or swapped. That is, when you execute an instruction exchange, the contents of two registers will be exchanged. Exchange R1 comma R2. R1 contents will get transferred to R2. R2 contents will get transferred to R1. Input and output transfers the information in between the processor's register to the input and output devices. Okay, from, to and from. Push and pop will transfer the information in between stack and a processor's register. You know what is this push and pop? Okay. Then let us talk about data manipulation instructions. Okay. Again, when it comes to the data manipulation instructions, these data manipulation instructions will get divided into three different categories. Again, I do have three different types in data manipulation instructions. What is a data manipulation instruction? A data manipulation instruction is going to manipulate the data. As a result of the instruction execution, the contents of one register will get altered. Okay. So those instructions can be divided into three types. One is arithmetic instructions. Second one is logical and bit manipulation instructions. And the third one is shift instructions. You know what are the arithmetic instructions? Arithmetic instructions are such as increment, decrement, add, subtract, multiply, divide, add with carry, subtract with borrow, and negate. These, when these instructions gets executed, the contents of the data register, the contents of a location will get altered. Increment meaning contents will get incremented, decrement meaning decremented, add to two registers value will get added, subtract, subtracted, multiply, multiplied, divide. A division operation is going to be performed in between two operands. Add with carry, subtract with borrow, you know that. And negate. Negate meaning we're going to convert when this instruction gets executed. When this instruction gets executed, a register contents will get 2's complemented. You know what is 2's complement? Okay. In data representation session, I explained you guys about the 1's complement and 2's complement. Just browse the session and just go through it. Negate meaning when you perform negate operation on any register, the contents of the register will get changed to its 2's complement, will get converted to its respective 2's complemented format. That is all about arithmetic instructions. Logical and bit manipulation instructions. You know what are the various logical instructions? And add, XR, XNOR, clear carry, set carry. These are the examples of the logical and bit manipulation instructions. Okay, certain bits will get manipulated of a register when these instructions will get executed. Okay, those are logical and bit manipulation instructions. Shift instructions. When it comes to the shift instructions, we already discussed about these shift instructions in one of the previous sessions. Now, I'm going to emphasize more on the shift instructions. Let us stay focused because there are something more to understand about these shift instructions. If you could stay focused, I will explain you. The thing is, when it comes to the shift instructions, there are three types of shifts. Three types of shifts. Okay. The first one is called a logical shift. The second one is called a circular shift. The third one is called an arithmetic shift. First one is a logical shift. second one is a circular shift, and the third one is an arithmetic shift. Try to understand what is the difference in between these shift operation. Any shift operation can be performed in two ways. One is right, one is left. Okay, that is logical shift right, logical shift left, circular shift right, circular shift left, arithmetic shift right, arithmetic shift left. Okay, let us see how this shift is going to be performed. Now I do have a register. This is my register, probably an accumulator in the processor. Now I would like to perform the logical shift right and the logical shift left, circular shift right and circular shift left, and also the arithmetic shift right and left. Let us see how the shift is going to happen. Let us consider the logical shift. What is a logical shift? This logical shift is going to shift the contents either to the right or to the left. But when it comes to the logical shift, how it is going to be performed? Let us have a look at. Now I'm going to perform a logical shift left. This SHL is a shortcut for a logical shift left. A shortcut which is written in a few alphabets can also be called as mnemonic. Okay, the mnemonic for the logical shift left is SHL. Okay, now I'm going to perform logical shift left on this register. When logical shift left is going to be performed, each and every digit is going to be shifted to its left bit position, left subsequent bit position. That means this 1 will come here, this 0 will come here, this 1 will come here, this 1 will come here, this 0 will come here, this 1 will come here, this 1 will come here. Okay, and finally what is going to happen is in the least significant bit position a 0 will be added. That is, initially a 0 will get transferred into the least significant bit, then all the bits will get transferred. This is not 0, this is 1, right? Okay, this must be 1 here. This 1 will come here, 0 come here, 1, 1, 0, 1, 1. Okay, a 0 will be added here. This is logical shift left. Okay, now what is logical shift right? Logical shift right needed to be performed. Now what we do is, in the most significant bit, we are going to put a 0, and then every digit is going to move to the next bit positions, next subsequent bit positions, 1, this 0, this 1, this 1, this 0, and finally the last digit is going to get discarded. This 1 will be discarded. With this 1 will be kicked out. Okay, in the logical shift left, the most significant bit will be discarded. In the logical shift right, least significant bit will be discarded. Okay, I hope you got it. Okay, this is logical shift left and the logical shift right. What is circular shift? When it comes to the circular shift, the contents will be rotated through. The contents are going to be rotated. Now, the difference between logical shift and circular shift is, in the logical shift, one digit, either it is the most significant digit or least significant digit will get discarded. But here in the circular shift, we don't discard anything. We will move the bits around. Okay, so how it is going to happen, let us see. Okay, let us see. Logical shift, sorry, circular shift right, circular shift left. Let us see circular shift right. Okay, in the circular shift right, what is going to be performed? Every bit is going to be moved to the right bit position. That is this 0 will come here, this 1 will come here, this 1 will come here, this 0 will come here, this 1 will come here, this 1 will come here, this 0 will come here, this 1 will be rotated and will be positioned in the most significant bit position. That's it. This is what circular shift. Only the contents will be rotated. Okay, circular shift left. Every bit will be moving to its left position. This 1 will come here, sorry, this 1 will come here, this 0 will come here, this 1 will come here, 1, 0, 1, 1. This 0 will be rotated back to the least significant bit position. This is what circular shift right and circular shift left. Okay. Now, most importantly, we need to discuss about arithmetic shift. Okay. What is arithmetic shift? What is the difference between the arithmetic shifts and the shifts so far we discussed? Okay. The fundamental thing with the arithmetic shift that you need to understand is the arithmetic shift, either left or right, is similar to logical shift. The way we perform the shift is exactly equal to the way we perform the logical shift. There is no difference at all. Okay. Now, what is the difference right now? But I mean, if there is no difference, why we do have a third category? Let us try understanding. But initially, we need to understand while you perform shift operation, there is no difference between arithmetic shift and a logical shift. Try to understand. Okay. Least significant digit position when you perform arithmetic shift left, I'll say ASHR. Sorry, ASHL. Arithmetic shift left. Left meaning this direction, right meaning this direction. Okay. When I perform arithmetic shift left, of course, a 0 will be added. 1, 0, 1, 1, 0, 1, 1. Similarly, right, same thing will happen. Like logical shift, 0 will be added here. 0, 1, 1, 0, 1, 1, 0. Finally, 1 will get discarded. Okay. Now, what is the difference exactly? Try to understand the main difference between logical shift and arithmetic shift. When you perform a logical shift, this logical shift, that means, I mean, the logical shift that is performed on any register is considered that a shift is performed on some data, okay, which is not numeric. Which is not numeric. Logical shift is performed on a data item which is not numeric. But when it comes to arithmetic shift is performed on a data which is numeric. Data numeric. Because arithmetic itself, it requires numeric values, right? But the logical shift, we don't need, in fact. Any data on any data item, the logical shift can get performed. But arithmetic shift should only be performed on the numeric data items. Okay. Now, when you consider a numeric data item, there is a problem here. Try to understand. A numeric data item can be signed or unsigned. Numeric data item can be signed or unsigned. When you perform an arithmetic shift on the signed digits, then we should take an additional care. What is that care? We're going to discuss in the next session.